What's going on, guys? Corey the Yard Boy here, and it's a Friday, but we had a lot of rain last night. Had some bad storms come through, so things are a little wet this morning. Should be able to get going today, but we're going to give it some time to dry off. But you know, it's that time of year where everybody's doing this kind of a YouTube video, and we're going to give you a look at the 2021 lawn care setup for the Yard Boy. I'm in the shop this morning, just got here, and actually just added something to the fleet yesterday that I'm kind of proud of. Been after it for a while. We'll get to that in a minute though. We'll start all the way up here at the front and just work our way back. How about that? You kind of see my shop in the background there, but and the workhorse of the fleet is the 2005 Silverado 2500 HD. It's got the 6.0 gas engine in it, and I gotta be honest with you, of all the trucks I've owned in my life, this one has been my favorite. Now I will tell you, it got off to a rough start when I bought it. Not just a few months after I got it, transfer case went out in it and had to replace that. But other than that, you know, knock on wood, she's been a good one. Put the Tractor Supply side toolboxes on it a couple of years ago to keep hand tools and whatnot in there. In here, I think I've got some ratchet straps. I forget what all else I got in here, and just a few things that might need from day to day on that side. And then over on this side, you know, I've got a little small toolbox with some impact wrench sockets, wrenches. I've got the Dewalt. I'll tell you what, let's just open it up, because hey, what we got to do today? it's wet. We're waiting on it to dry off. We'll open this little jewel up here if I get the right key. There we go. There we go. Got some 2.5 gallon mix, 2-cycle oil there. There's some bits for cordless drill. This little toolbox has got impact sockets and wrenches. The Dewalt Inflator. Guys, do yourself a favor and pick one of these up. It runs off of the 20-volt Dewalt battery. It's a portable air compressor. It will save your rear end because it never fails. You'll pull up to a job somewhere, you've gotten a thorn or something in a mower tire, and you need to air it up. This will take care of it. And then my kids at home love it because I also have the ability to air up and deflate air mattresses when they have friends come over and spend the night. We've got a couple of air mattresses to put friends on, and then there's adapters to air up their basketballs and whatnot. This is just a basic little cobalt socket set my mother-in-law gave me for Christmas probably 20 years ago. And then I've got the the old school 18-volt Dewalt cordless impact gun, and I've got another Dewalt cordless driver that I've got to put in here because I've got an account this year that the backyard is gated, but it's like a little wood fence, and I will need to take a section of the fence out to get in with the Turf Tiger. So let's walk back around to the other side of the trailer, and we'll kind of set in what we're doing over there. Don't really have a lot of, the only thing I've got in the back of the truck right now is just a couple of backpack sprayers. Got one over there, Solo. Had 4 or 5 years. I just keep glying it. I actually use the RM18 from Tractor Supply that has the Dewalt. Gives you a quick burn down. It's great for spot spraying beds and driveways and sidewalks and curb lines. And then this has just got some Pasture Pro weed and feed. Just really the only thing I use it on is my yard. But do have a couple that ask for it. and it's you know, 2,4-D base for your broadleaf weeds, and then got, I think, 15% nitrogen in it. Okay, this is a 16-foot trailer. I bought it in October of 2015. Got it from Midway Trailer Sales over in Shelbyville, Tennessee, between Shelbyville and Murfreesboro. If you're in the Middle Tennessee area, check them out. Now you're saying, well, why is there a Wallace Trailer sticker on there? Wallace Trailers is right around the road from my shop, and when I've had to have some work done on the trailer, a couple of years ago, I broke an axle, turning too tight with too much of a load on, and snapped the left rear tire off of it, so I had to put an axle on it. And then Wallace Trailers also, they've done some electrical work when I've had problems that I can't track down for myself. And then every spring I take it in, I let them service the wheels, put new bearings, races in, whatnot, dust caps. And then over the winter, the expanded metal on my gate, it kind of gotten in bad shape. It gotten dented up and rutted up. So they took that off and put some heavier gauge expanded metal on, and then beefed up the hinges and the latches on it, because I've been having a problem with the latches wanting to jump out when I hit bumps in the road. And trust me, in Middle Tennessee, with all the construction we've got going on, there are a lot of bumpy roads around here. So up on the front, I outfitted this trailer when I bought it with the Jungle Gyms Trailer Mate, and what that consists of, it comes with your box up on the front that I keep my gas cans and various oils and attachments for my KM trimmers in there. We'll get into that in a second. And then you have on the front, I never have really utilized it because I don't have a need for it, you've got a trimmer rack up here. This is a spare tire holder that I picked up from Tractor Supply, and then the spare tire I got at Discount Tire last fall whenever I got new tires all the way around the trailer. Then on each side you have blower racks. On each side of this box you have the place to put your spool of trimmer line, and then there's two trimmer holders on each side of the trailer. I typically work off of the passenger side of the trailer, just where I always started out, and that's just the habit I've gotten into. And then you have a holder for your 5-gallon cooler on the back. Up here, last fall, I put it off, and finally went and got one. The Stihl BR800C. I wasn't sure how I was going to like this side start, and I'll be honest with you. The first day I had it, I about took it back. I did not like it. But now I've kind of learned that feel that you have to pull right up until you feel some tension on it, let it go back, and then just pull it straight out. Easiest starting blower I've ever owned in my life. In the mornings, you will have to choke it first thing. Guys, this is not my daily blower, okay? This is on here when the big duty calls. Big leaf cleanups. Springtime, when there's a lot of grass maybe that needs to be blown off the streets and whatnot, I'll pull this out. But otherwise, my daily blower is my 600 over here, my BR600 that I've had for several years. Actually, about the 4th BR600 I've had. One just gave up. I mean, it just randomly wouldn't go anymore. Another one fell off of the trailer. Not this trailer, but a separate trailer that I had years ago that had different kind of racks on it. Had one that got stolen a couple of years ago while I was in front of a customer's house, and I was in the backyard. Guys, and you'll see it, I don't have my lock on it right now. Keep your stuff locked up, because there's crackheads everywhere, and they're looking for anything they can carry to a pawn shop. And the guy was stupid enough, took it to a pawn shop, and all I had to do was call my dealer and get my serial number, and boom, they found it. So the state of Tennessee is good about requiring anything like this that comes into a pawn shop. They have to do a background check on the serial numbers. Up here, 2-gallon can for mix. I keep a 5-gallon can in the shop that I mix up 5 gallons at a time, and then I just top this off with it as I need it. Just every morning I'll check, see how much it's got in it, and make sure it doesn't need to be topped off. And then these 2 5-gallon cans, these are each just regular gasoline. Up here in the basket, I've got some tire sealer, various quarts of oil, and then I've got pole pruner attachment, and then a straight hedge trimmer, and then the articulating hedge trimmer. Guys, this pole saw and articulating hedge trimmer I've had now for 15 seasons. This is my 15th season with these two attachments. I bought a KM 110R, a string trimmer, a straight edger, which I never use, the pole pruner, and the articulating hedge trimmer, all at the same time, from College Sharpening in Chapel Hill back in the day. They since have sold out, and then the dealer that bought them out is no longer a steel dealer any longer. But also up here, I'll keep, there should be, there's a spool, an extra spool down there in case I need it, in case one breaks. Because as you know, if you run steel, these buttons, you will wear them out. This is the, I got this, the Samurai Fury, 0.095 line. Does a great job. I do all of my edging with a string trimmer, and does a great job of cutting up against houses and lasts for a good long time. Over here, for several years now, I've run a Toro Time Master for backyards that I can't get the big zero turn into. This is the newer model that came out a few years ago. Those of you that have been around for a while, you know that when these first came out, they were underpowered. And so a couple years later, they came out with the 223cc engine. It had a little more torque to it, a little more oomph to it. Does a great job. If you need to get into some small backyards, small gates, this is a great option for you. And honestly, some small city lots where a larger zero turn is not an option, it'll do a good job for you. This is one of the 3 KM 111Rs that I own. This one kind of stays here as a backup. It's not my daily trimmer. I run the KMs. Yes, I know they're heavier, but it keeps me from having engines for hedge trimmers and chainsaws and the like that may not get started up very often and have a tendency to give problems. Whereas if you've got something like this that you use on a regular basis, it can be pretty reliable, at least by my experience has been. So I have this one. There's one that's not on the truck. That's actually over here in the shop. It actually needs to have some work done on it, and I need to take it into the dealer and let them work on it so that I can have it. Right here, just picked up yesterday. I have debated back and forth between a 36-inch V-Ride, a 36-inch Skag Liberty Z. Yes, I know it's essentially a homeowner mower, and the SWZT. Now, let's talk about this for a second. I could have bought a mower, one of these mowers, a year ago. Had a dealer in Nashville that had one. It was a trade-in. I went and tried it out. Had never driven a hydro walk-behind like this before in my life. I had a zero-turn walk-behind several years ago, but it had the traditional zero-turn controls, kind of like a V-Ride or a ZTR have. Had no trouble with it. But this, for whatever reason, I cannot. And it's just going to take me getting it out here and playing with it. I just can't get a grasp of these controls on this. But this was a good deal. I couldn't pass it up. I found it on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. And just for what the guy was asking for it and the condition it's in, I couldn't let it go. So you'll be seeing some more videos of me just as I get the hang of it. I've got several properties where it's going to really come in handy. I plan to, it's got a 2-wheel Velke on it. but I'm going to replace that with a swivel caster sulky, so that it operates more like a stand-on, where you don't have that pivot point in the middle. Guys, I'll be honest with you, I've had trouble with my ankles and my knees for years, so I'm just going to try to eliminate that right off the bat. I'll be installing a grass flap on it in the next few weeks. And then I've got an Accelerator Bagger from a previous small hydro mower that I'd had a few years ago. It's just sitting in my garage at home, and I'm going to outfit that on here as well. And I'm also looking to add a receiver hitch on the front of this. There's a company that makes one that will fit it, because I've got some attachments that I can make some better use out of this, especially in the fall. I've got a walk behind blower we'll see later on that I can fit out on that and get in some backyards and do some cleanups. And then Old Faithful, this will be my 8th season with this Turf Tiger 61-inch, and yes, it has the dreaded underpowered 26 horse Kohler EFI. But guys, when I bought it, that was the best option that they had. I'm not even sure how many hours the mower has got on it anymore, because the hour meter came loose last year. I estimate somewhere 1,500–1,600 hours. You're thinking, wow, 8 seasons and that's all you put on it, guys. I don't mow a lot of big properties. Most of what I mow is a little small, 1/4 acre. I might have a couple that might be as big as a 1/2 acre. And if you've watched my videos for any amount of time, you know that I do all my trimming first before I mow. And by the time I get through trimming, there's just not a lot of mowing left. The average yard I'm only on maybe 10 minutes with this mower. So it just never has racked up a lot of hours. We already talked about the BR600. I put LED lights on the back of this trailer last year that have a reverse light built into them. So that helps you get down into the fall, and even in the early spring when you're coming in the evenings, it may be a little dark. Backing into the spot where I keep it over here in this middle bay, you can see the back end. We talked about the heavier gauge expanded metal that I had put on the trailer. Real happy with this, but I'll be honest with you, I'm going to probably have to look into putting a gate assist on this thing, because it has added some considerable weight to it. Just to kind of compare, you can see this is what was on it. This expanded metal was on the gate, but this is what we have now. Stepping over here, that's pretty much what goes out with me every day. This is, like I said, this middle bay is where I park the truck and trailer every night and just back it in. Don't have to unhook, don't have to unload. Truck and trailer, everything is under roof. This is my daily commuter, my 98 Blazer. Over here, I have a 7x14 dump trailer that I've had now for 11 years. I built this box myself. Don't laugh, it does what I need it to do. Got the mesh tarp over it, and then on the back, Billy Goat debris loader. Had it now for 13–14 years. It's just a little 13 horse Honda, but hey, it does what I need to do, because guys, listen, where I'm working, there's a lot of new development, which means there's not a lot of mature trees around. So there's not a lot of huge leaf cleanups that I have to do anyway, but just every so often, you know, I need it. And hey, the thing is 13 years old. I don't owe a dime on it or the trailer, so I'm not going to get rid of it. Every year I say I'm going to put a back on this thing, and I don't, because it's just handy to be able to throw limbs and whatnot in here as you're cleaning up. And guys, the leaf cleanups I do every year, all year long, would not fit her up. So I'm not going to really get into that. That's pretty much it here. Let's walk around over here. And I'm very fortunate to have this facility that I get to use. Just pure dumb luck that I'm even able to have access to it. But I do have got about 7 acres here that I have to mow every week. That's part of the part of my agreement to be able to use it. But all the fence lines and ditches and whatnot, I just keep them sprayed, so there's not a lot of I'll give this thing some time to adjust here. And there's the X-Mark 30-inch aerator, Turfco 26-inch Turn Air 6. I've had the X-Mark now for about 9 seasons, had this for about 10 seasons. Over here, that's my Little Wonder 13 horse blower I was talking about. Comes in real handy in the fall when you need to do leaf cleanups. And Billy Goat slice seeder, don't use it near as much as I used to, but it does still get some use every now and then. And this little hitch right here, I was talking about the receiver hitch. You might have seen the receiver hitch on the front of the Turf Tiger, and I'm planning on putting one on the front of this SWZT. That you can mount that blower on that. That spreader right there, paying no attention to the yellow bucket, you don't even want to know. That spreader needs a motor in it. That going sometime before long. And finally, just over here in the shop, we'll take a look around. This is kind of my quasi office and shop where maintenance gets done. A little propane heater for whenever it's cold in the mornings. Refrigerator, keep some bottled water and whatnot in. Gas caddy holds 30 gallons, is that right? I think so. But it needs a new pump on it. The pump wore out. Old table that I've had for years and years and years, stainless steel table, and it's got outlets plugged into it. Radio, toolbox, various tools you need. Air compressor that I got on sale at Harbor Freight a couple of months ago, and then Cujo shoes that are worn out, but I got a new pair ordered, should be here hopefully today. Extra blades that need sharpening, bench vise where I sit here and sharpen blades, angle grinder for that, stool, mower lift to pick the mowers up and get under them and change the blades out, scrape the decks out. And guys, that is about it. Pretty well covers it. So that's the Yard Boys 2021 setup. And sunshine is coming out. Trying to get out here and get some grass mowed because it's that time of year. And I'm still just a little bit behind because I lost a day and a half this week to rain. It rained, knocked me out about a half a day Tuesday, and then lost all day yesterday. And talking about rain coming in for Saturday. So maybe doing a little Sunday work to get caught up around the house there. So appreciate you guys watching. While you're here, hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Share it out. Do whatever you need. And remember, all things Yard Boy, head over to www.theyardboy.net. Y'all have a good one. Keep them straight out there now, you hear?